also. So children, so these are the some functions, some uses of the roots. So generally, so roots are the parts which grow below the soil and it will give supports for the plant. And these roots will hold the plant firmly in the soil. And the second one is roots take in water and minerals and send to all parts of the plant. So children, leaves prepare their food. So for preparing food, water also required. So here the water will be supplied to the plant with the help of roots. Here roots absorbs the water from the soil and supplied that water through the stem through all parts of the plant like leaves, branches, stem, etc. So that's why roots take in water and minerals and send it to all parts of the plant. Next third one is some roots store food also. Children, some roots store food also. For example, carrot, radish are examples for the roots. Because they are nothing but roots and they are taken as food because those store their food in their roots. That's why they become very thick and we will eat them as a food. So this is because some plants store their food in the roots. So children, this is the about functions of the roots. The first one is it holds the plant to the soil without fall down and give support to the plants. And second one is roots will absorb water from the soil, water and minerals from the soil and supply this water and mineral to all parts of the plant. And also some roots store their food in them. Example, carrot and radish and also beetroot. So we can eat the roots of the some plants as a food. So children, so this is the first question and answer. Note down this question and answer in your notebook. So see the next question. The second question is name the two kinds of roots. Name the two kinds of roots. So children, we have all discussed in the chapter there are two types of roots. So see the answer for this question. So the answer for the second question is children, there are two types of roots. So the first one is the tap root and the second one is the fibrous roots. So these are the two kinds of the roots. So we have already discussed two types of roots, the tap root. So in the tap root there is a main root and some small thin roots will grow from the main root. So this type of structure is called tap root. Whereas in fibrous root there will be no main root and a lot of thin roots will be attached to the bottom of the stem. That means a bunch of small thin roots will be attached to the bottom of the stem. So this type of structured roots are called fibrous roots. So most of the plants like rose, hibiscus, mustard, banyan tree, mango tree, all types of most of the trees contain tap roots. And fibrous roots, the examples for the fibrous roots are grass trees, especially food grain plants have fibrous roots like rice, wheat, maize, etc. So this is about different types of roots. There are particularly two types of roots. The first one is the tap root. Example for the tap roots are most of all the trees have tap root, mustard tree and also mango tree, banyan tree, hibiscus tree, rose tree. And the second one is fibrous root. The example for the fibrous root are grass plants, especially food grain plants have fibrous roots like maize, rice, wheat, etc. So children, these are the two kinds of the roots. Note down this question answer in your notebook. So go to the next question. And the third question is, why is a leaf important to plants? Why is a leaf important to plants? So children, see the answer for this question. The answer is leaves prepare food for the plants. And second one, stomata presents in leaves exchange gases and sends out water vapor. So children, so leaf is a very very important part in the plant because it prepares food required for the plant. So by using water, minerals and carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere, the leaves will prepare their food. That is, the leaves will mixes this water, minerals and carbon dioxide. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, it prepares food for the plants, and this process is called photosynthesis. So by using the process photosynthesis, leaves prepare food required for the plants. And second one is leaves have small pores on their surfaces called stomata. So the stomata are nothing but like sweat glands of our skin. So the stomata presents in leaves and they will helpful in the exchange of gases. So because during photosynthesis leaves required carbon dioxide. So the carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere will enter into the plant through this stomata. That means leaves breathe in carbon dioxide through stomata required for the photosynthesis and also sends out water vapor through the stomata. So the excess water produced in the photosynthesis in the plant will be sent out through this stomata. This process is called respiration. So this stomata very helpful in the exchange of gases. So particularly leaves requires carbon dioxide. That's why they breathe in carbon dioxide through stomata, and during photosynthesis oxygen will be come out and this oxygen will be sent out through this stomata. So the send out oxygen is very helpful for the living organisms on the earth. So the exchange of gases will take place through stomata. So these are the importance of the leaves. So note down this in your notebook. See the next question. Children, the fourth question is, how do seeds grow into new plants? How do seeds grow into new plants? Children, see the answer. The answer I have 3 points mainly. The first point is each seed has a baby plant inside. And the second one is the seeds fall on the ground and gets air, water and warmth. And the third point is then baby plant begins to grow into a new plant. So children, so these are the 3 steps. So particularly the seed is a non-living thing and the seed contains a small baby plant called embryo, and actually it does not have life, and if the seed is supplied air, water and warmth, then the water enters into the seed, then the baby plant gets life and it will grows into a small plant. So if the seed falls on the ground and it will go into the ground and it will get air and water and warmth, when water enters the seed, the baby plant gets life and it will grow into a small plant, and a small plant will come out from the seed. And the third one is the baby plant begins to grow into a new plant. So the baby plant day by day increases in size and becomes a big plant and a new plant. So this is about seed germination. So this total process of a seed grown into a new plant and a new plant grown into a big plant, and this total process is called seed germination. So children, so this is the process how seeds grow into new plant. So note down this question and answer in your notebook. See the next question. So fifth question. What are the main functions of a flower? So children, what are the main functions of a flower? See the answer for this question. The answer for this question is flower is the site of reproduction in plants. And the second one is they attract insects for pollination. So children, flower is the site of reproduction in plants. So children, so flower is another important part in the plant because reproduction will takes place in the plants in the flower only. That means so the flowers will convert it into fruits by the process of pollination. So flowers attracts insects for pollination. So when insects fall on the flowers, the pollination will takes place and then fertilization takes place. When the fertilization takes place, the flower gradually converted into the fruit. So that's why flowers are very important for producing fruits. So that's why flowers are very in different colors and they produces pleasant smells. So because of their different colors and because of their pleasant smells, the insects will be attracted by them. And when insects fall on them, the pollination will take place. And because of this pollination, the fertilization will take place in the flower. And then due to this fertilization, the flowers are gradually converted into the fruit. That means the lower part of the flower will gradually swollen and becomes a fruit. So after some days, the petals of the flower will fall down and it will become into a fruit. So that's why the flower is the another important part in the plant. So note down this question and answer in your notebook. So see the next question. So the next part in our activity session is complete the sentences.